No mom.
Kira, can we switch?
No, I see that.
You might have this whole set. Okay. This whole conversation.
Can you hear? Oh, bit less, tiny bit less. Perfect. Yeah, great. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the host, Jim O'Callaghan! Thank you very much. Normally I do a bit of a spiel there, ladies and gents, but I forgot, which bodes well for the rest of the show. Ladies and gents, welcome to Chuckalon, County Kerry, Kerry's best, Kerry's premier, and it also has to be said, Kerry's only open mic comedy night. Okay, if you see someone on stage and you think you can do better, you can do two things. First of all, go fuck yourself. And then second of all, you can DM me at Chuckalon, County Kerry. Okay? I will say, ladies and gents, I actually have a plant in the audience. Brought them here because they're really good at finishing my wife sexually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ladies and gents, it's my job as the MC to kind of get to know you, to basically learn about you and learn everything I can about you, to prepare the other comedians for their time on stage, to get to know you a tiny bit better. But it's difficult. It's difficult. The different things you ask people, you know. Because often comedians ask people their names, they ask you their names, but I don't know if there's much in their name.
That's all. That's true.
There's, you ask someone's name, take Michael for example, you got Michael D. Higgins. He's by all means a very welcoming person. He's Michael as well, great, that's not the joke. You got Michael D. Higgins who by all regards is very welcoming and very respectful and loving towards everybody, no matter their age, their skin colour, or their gender. But then you got Michael Jackson, who only likes little white boys. And then of course you got, on the other hand, you got Jerry Adams. I just have to ruin the joke. I was going to say you got Jerry the Monk Hutch, who's renowned as being, he's a criminal from up north, from Dublin. And he actually, he's ordered the killing of a few people. But on the other hand, you've got Jerry Adams who, never mind. It works if you say it the right order, ladies and gents. You can't tell much from names, but maybe you can tell about, where people are from. Any Australians in the audience? No? Because we, as a people, get on very well with Australians, because back in the day, the majority of Australians were?
Shipped over?
No, Aboriginals. Yeah, island people shafted by the British. So it doesn't really tell you that much about them. But you're right, a lot were convicts. The worst convicts from Ireland actually ended up over in Australia. The worst criminals. The good criminals just moved to Dublin. Yeah. Any dubs here, ladies and gents? No? I actually left my phone out earlier and it was there when I came back, so I knew that. It's I mean, Dublin is like a shitter, more expensive London, but with less Irish people. Yeah. And that sounds racist, but actually the lack of Dublin males is a positive thing, because the traditional Dublin males can either be broken into Conor McGregor wannabes, or they think they're better than you because they just once played Soggy Biscuit with Brian O'Driscoll. I'm not going to explain what Soggy Biscuit is. Because the explanation is a bit of a mouthful. If you play with the full rugby team, so it's biscuit. I actually played rugby back in the day, ladies and gents. I played from the age of 6 to 16, but towards the end of my career, I didn't get much game time because the coach wanted to win games. I'm terrible. But I realised, that every organisation has someone who's really bad at their job and doesn't have a clue what they're doing. And in industry, they're known as HR. Yeah. But, that's obviously I brushed over Conor McGregor. I kind of you might be worried I might have let him off the hook, but I think we shouldn't kick Conor McGregor while he's down because it's against the unified rules of mixed martial arts. Yeah. I think Conor McGregor would beat me in a UFC fight, but I think I beat him in a quiz about consent. Okay, there we go. Some giggles. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, he was asked when he was over in America. He was asked a question in Irish, but obviously, you know, this might surprise you, but Conor McGregor doesn't know many words in Irish because he actually struggles with some words in English, like no one stop. Yeah, but they asked him the question. He asked the question in Irish, and Conor responded with the only thing he knows to say in Irish. It's the same thing that we all know in Irish. So, ladies and gents, sing it with me. On will, carry on. Moshe the holiday, please. Yeah, come on, very rude children. Yeah, which if anyone, so gents, you didn't go to school in primary school in Ireland, did you?
No.
Oh, yeah, maybe. It's a 21st century. But yeah, like the idea, on will can I go? Dulgan in there, Moshe the holiday means, can I go to the toilet, please? And everyone knows it. It's the first thing you're taught. Say it? Ishkabaha. They don't really teach whiskey to children at that
That's
age.
the first thing I learned in Irish. I was
Yeah.
6.
My parents, God bless them. Yeah, you were 6 when you learned this at 4. No, Ishkabaha means whiskey, but on will carry Dulgan in there means, can I go to the toilet, please? And it's useless because as an adult, it's incredibly useless. You know, except for me, to be fair, because I have to ask for permission to go to the toilet because my dominatrix is a Belgor. Oh, she liked that one. Good, we're getting something here. You can laugh out loud. You don't have to hide your face in shame. No one's actually laughed. But the Americans love McGregor. They do. Any Americans here, ladies and gents? No? Good. No, listen, they're always saying, we're number one. They are number one, ladies and gents. They're number one in Bigfoot sightings, and somewhat less whimsically, school shootings. Yeah. But they're actually 36th. There's 36th in mathematics in the rankings. Ireland are 19th. How many places behind are they? Okay, we'll hide you when the Americans come. Yeah, it's, you know, I find that people react to surprise maths questions the same way they react to a man windmilling his cock in their face. And it was while trying to prove that theory I lost my job as a maths teacher. Yeah. It's interesting, ladies and gents, you hear often comedians will ask people their, you know, the kind of what job they do, just kind of learn a bit about them, you know. And I think you can tell bits and pieces about what people based on their job. For example, if they're a social worker, they're probably very caring. If they're if they're an engineer, they're probably very meticulous. If they're a Garda, they were probably bullied in school. Any police and Gardaí in the audience? No? I just came back from Derry and I asked the same question, and surprisingly they didn't answer this accent asking that question. You know. Anyone been to Belfast? I was up in Belfast recently. I just literally drove down from Derry, up in Belfast 2 days ago, and it is freezing cold up there. Yeah. I now see why they're firebombing things all the time. It's so warm, you know. No, so listen, yes, what I do instead is I ask to get to know people, to get to know the audience members. Instead, I ask them a different question. I want you all to think about this question. Okay? If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Okay? So, Miss, what's your name?
Agatha.
Agatha, big round of applause for Agatha! There we go. More applause. Agatha, thank you very much for coming. Okay? Now, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Reading minds.
Reading minds. Now, there's a woman who's struggling on the dating apps. Okay? Yeah, I'm only joking. You know what's on men's minds. They only want one thing: chocolate. Yeah, don't ever look at a man's search history. It's just going to be bad. No, thank you very much, Agatha. A very reasonable one. So, round of applause for Agatha. There we go. Okay, Sarah, the alcoholic child, 6 years old, Wishki Baha. So, what's your name, sir? Stefan. Round of applause for Stefan. I like to do that against people. It's like, oh, we're now part of the show, we're buying in, we're relaxing a bit. So, Stefan, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Say again? Teleportation. Just so you can get out of here right now. That's good. Yeah. Also, I can tell you don't have a driver's license.
No, I do.
You do?
I'm the designated driver.
Designated
I can
driver.
get faster if I can teleport.
That's good. You can't bring people with them. I don't think you thought this through, Stefan, to be honest.
No, I did. I can get away from them faster.
That's it. They're good friends. No, it's a valid one. Valid one. We'll take one more, ladies and gents. So, Miss at the back, kicking against Stefan. What's your name?
Vicky.
Vicky. Round of applause for Vicky. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Vicky, for coming. So, Vicky, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis. So, the ability to move things with your mind.
Yeah.
That'd be great. The famed no hand job would be great. great. So you never have to touch a man's cock again. That's, I think, every woman's dream. Just like, and they're done, you know. No, it's a very valid one as well. We'll do one more. So, Miss, what's your name? Katie. Round of applause for Katie, ladies and gents. There we go. And a cheer. Look at that. Katie's very popular. Your friends are shit. Katie, can I ask you, so if you could have any superpower, what would it be? To fly, ladies and gents, okay? To fly is a classic one, you know, human beings, I think they've been obsessed with flight. And I think it's part of the reason, you know, human beings' obsession with flight is part of the reason that guy from One Direction died. Okay, I can see that joke split the room into One Direction fans and then people with a good taste in music. Yeah. Listen, I'm just gonna say, if you know you sleepwalk after take cocaine, you know, don't hit the room with the I'm just gonna say that, okay? Ladies and gents, I think I've gotten to know some of you a tiny bit. I'll come back later on, I'm gonna introduce some comedians, but I think I've got to know you a little bit. But yeah, for you to know who I am, I think my favourite ever answer, was it one of you? Could have been one of you. Well, someone sat over here previously and asked them what superpower they would like. And the guy said, I'd like the superpower of unlimited sick days. And I was like, yeah, that's just called cancer. Okay, ladies and gents. So, are we ready for our first act of the evening?
Yeah.
Oh wow, the enthusiasm. Whoa! He's been on stage. He was like, yeah, he did. There we go. Are we ready for the first act of the evening, ladies and gents? Let's make some noise. That's it. Big it up for the first act of the evening. Ryan Thompson.
I love my girlfriend. I was kind of expecting a bit of an you know.
I was expecting that your wife was next.
No, it doesn't really quite sound the same when you have to ask for it, kind of says, you know.
Sorry.
But I don't know if you heard the big news recently. The Friends with Palestine movement has changed their relationship status to friends taking benefits. Anyone here job seeking at the moment? Anyone job seeking? Are y'all in college? College, so also job seeking. That's good to know. I'm also in that kind of predicament at the moment, job seeking, and I was in a bit of an industry that had a lot of bullshit, you know. And I keep that vague on purpose just to be a bit more relatable, so you can sort of feel here. And that's you know, that's you. But yeah, I decided that, you know, instead of getting another job that would be the exact same job that I'm doing with the exact same bullshit, I'm going to try something new. So I started scrolling for entry-level jobs, and you guys will be doing the same thing too when you're finished your courses. And let me tell you, it's a roller coaster, right? So I scrolled through these jobs, mainly the tech companies, because they don't require a lot of fucking effort. So, you know, looking at a job, and each and every one of them says on-the-job training. Fantastic! I love to know what I'm doing. You know. Also, free parking. Great. Somewhere to park my tent when I can't afford a house. Fantastic. But at the end of all this list of benefits, they always require you to have 1 to 2 years of experience. What the fuck? Where am I getting that? Huh? But is there some sort of foundation level jobs going that I can probably get into just to get that one thing? No. If you know, tell me. I'm looking. But you know, one area of work that I've noticed that there's tons of job in is if you're in the business for caring for people, there's fucking loads of that. So like I say, nurses, care home assistants, any job that requires you to care for another human being, preschool teachers, you name it, there's the jobs. For me, really personally, they're more of effeminate type of jobs, you know. I won't be suited for it. And before someone says anything, and I can hear it now, Ryan, but I've got a mate called Tim, and he's a male nurse. You sexist. I'll say, well, look, your mate Tim is a homosexual. Closeted or not, he's the exception, not the rule, right? But I don't blame these women for not taking the jobs, right? They're very hard, very difficult. You have to be loving and caring, patient, for long hours with shit pay. They're not getting paid enough, ladies and gents, they're not. And no wonder they're going further afield for work. You know, they're going to Australia, they're going to Canada. Most of them OnlyFans. You know? And you know, you can't really blame them if they're scrolling on their phones like, am I going to do this job for long hours of shit pay, or am I going to flash my bum hole? You know, my granddad always said, work smarter, not harder. You know, and he's blowing up. Which leads me to a moment of weakness, really. And I did the online application for OnlyFans. Right, I did. I went through and had all the bells and whistles, fucking on the job training as well. Like. But you know what the cheeky bastards were looking for? 1 to 2 years of experience. Is there a foundation OnlyFans or something? Yeah. So, because you're going to be eventually job hunting on your CVs, does anyone still put their hopes and dreams on there? Hopes and dreams? Hobbies and interests. Hobbies and interests. Do we all have that on our CVs? Yeah, we do. It was a fundamental part of the CV making process in secondary school. We were taught it was drilled into us. But if you still do it, I have to say, you're a fucking idiot. Right? Because there is no way, no how, no chance am I letting a future employer know like what I like to do on my time off. No way. I can see it now. Oh, Sean, I see here on your CV you like to play Sunday League soccer with the lads. No, you fucking won't, you don't. You're here every Sunday with me from now on because I own you now, you bitch. And you know, oh Claire, I see you like to take long walks on the beach, taking photos on the sunrise or sunset. Not what I'm true, Joe. That's a bit creepy, that one. But if your employer's PD Diddy, it's a bit on the money, you know? But I think as an audience of people, hobbies and interests, I think we should get rid of that on our CV. Do you agree? Yeah, if you agree, give me a round of applause. Woo! Thank you, I've been Ryan Thompson. Thank you very much. This has been Intel.
Ladies and gents, keep it going for Ryan Thompson! Yeah, ladies and gents, it's tough getting up here, you know. Notice, gents, some 4 lads came in late there. Welcome. Longer than expected. Queue at Bonnie Blues, I assume. Yeah, ladies and gents, so it is, and I'm going to keep trying to get you know, if any of you ever know someone who wants it, you know, if you've got a funny bone in your body and you want to get up here, please do DM me, or, you know, if you want a funny bone, one of the comedians is single. You know, but I might ask some other things. What are the others? You could ask someone's other age. Just trying to get to know people is super important. Obviously, you know, people these days just swipe left and right. Or just left if they're fat. But no, the idea is age, and I don't think, you know, age is a strange one because people change both mentally and physical as they get older. Okay, we all accept that. You know, for me, my hair, for example, the brown and black parts are being replaced by white. It's like a racist wet dream. All right. And people say, you know, age is but a number. Those people are normally pedophiles. Yeah. So, ladies and gents, I'm going to tell you, I've been struggling recently quite a bit with my faith, my religion. You know, because you know, I realized that if there was a God, he wouldn't have let those pedophile priests get caught. You know, he would have just, you know, he gives, you know, children leukemia. He could have given some 12-year-olds dementia. He's got the power. Why not do that? You know. But I had a friend, and we knew each other forever, and you know, I've known him since we were in primary school, and we were all boys together. And then he was actually a best man at my wedding, and he came to me recently and asked for a loan of money. Now I don't know, did anyone do Hamlet for leaving cert? Yeah, you did. Yeah, all right. So neither a lender nor a borrower be for loan off loss but itself and a friend. Yeah. That's they didn't take that as on the leaving cert. Yeah, no. It basically says don't lend money. And I asked my dad for advice. I said absolutely don't lend him money. You know, even if he asks you for money, even if he's down on his luck, don't lend him money. What you do there is, because if you super old, what you do there is you get him to do a job for you, you pay him. That's what I did. Come do something for me. I paid him. And then I didn't see him for like 2 weeks. And I met him. I said hello. But it still was super awkward. Which is annoying. He did give a good blowjob though. Yeah. And ladies and gents, I know that I mentioned we were all two boys together. And I'm not going to say that I was sexually abused as a child. Because I, like the vast majority of altar boys, can keep a secret. Okay, ladies and gents. Are we ready for our second act of the evening? He's going to bring the magic, literally, ladies and gents. So give a big round of applause for the hilarious and dazzlingly magical Graham Kennedy. Let's go! Come on!
Hey, all know. I'm sure you've all noticed as well. We all kind of sound like fucking Robocop up here. It's basically like I'm Graham. I'm 22. See if you can hear that. That's fucking. I'm 22. So I'm the TikTok generation. You know? I'm sure there's a lot of you out there as well. Did we all see that Trump saved TikTok? Yeah? I mean, saved. Like, it was gone for about 12 hours. And, one second. He was gone for about 12 hours. But you know, he brought it back. It's actually gone off all the American app stores, so everybody deleted the app. They can't get it anymore. So now there's people selling phones with the app still downloaded for like 40 grand on eBay. I mean, somehow overnight TikTok became the new Flappy Bird. Yeah. And I mean, like, I thought I had a problem with TikTok. Can you imagine paying for it? It's kind of like all you hear tonight, like, it's grand, it's enjoyable, but can you imagine paying for it? You know? And like TikTok, it became a massive thing over lockdown, like, and people made hobbies out of it, people made a job out of it. I never really took up TikTok, I took up smoking. You know? Does anybody here smoke? Yeah? I know there's definitely one quiet stoner in the room that's like, smoke what? But yeah, I took up smoking during lockdown, and see, the thing about it was the messages and the pictures they put on tobacco pouches, that's what put me off for so long. But then I seen one, and it's if you smoke, you may become infertile. I thought to myself, sound. I don't even want kids anyway. Like, me and my girlfriend, we decided fairly early on that we didn't want kids. Now, we do have 2 dogs. We never really wanted to go down the kid road. But my 2 dogs are the king and queen of my life. You know, and I call them the king and queen because they remind me a lot of Game of Thrones. Joke is they're brother and sister, but they also fuck each other. And another thing that I took up during the lockdown was cocaine. Made me a great hobby out of that. But my mentality was, right, that if I can snort this line of coke faster than the coronavirus, then it won't catch me. And it didn't. I went through the whole of COVID and didn't catch COVID once. Did anybody here catch COVID? Yeah. Didn't take enough cocaine, lads. I am a shining example. Yeah. And the only thing that I did catch during COVID was a drugs charge. Very much. No, I won't go into the nitty-gritty details or anything because I am a young white male, so I did get away with it. And even if I did go to jail, I wasn't too worried anyway, because I had a pretty fuckable face. I think I would have done okay. And like, I know what you're thinking, right? There's a lot of people looking at me and you might be thinking, oh, he takes coke, he must be an addict. And I'm actually not an addict, because I'm a firm believer, right, that you're only an addict if you suck a dick for it. And my dealer just transitioned last week. You know, and like, the thing that annoyed me about it, right, he never even told me. Like, I just walked up to the house one day and this woman answered the door and I said, oh, is James here? And she's like, that's my dead name. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, honest to God, I didn't know. And she, like, the first thing that came to mind really was, that's great, I don't owe him $300 anymore. But yeah, like, but I don't need this anymore. When you're taking coke, right, you kind of develop quite a nose for it, and yeah, I thought that might get a bit of a laugh. Thank you. But I can actually smell quite a bit of it in the room. You know, I can actually smell it off you. You know, you're just the first one in front of me, but like, that's an awful hiding spot. Yeah. This is what he meant by magical. So, I'm kind of trying to mix the 2 of these things together. And what I'm going to do first is, not put the microphone on this time. I'm going to do a bit of mentalism. Nobody ever fucking takes me seriously when I do mentalism, right? I'm just going to put that out there. Alright, so I have my little notebook here that doesn't have my notes in it. Garbage drove past me and put that away. Now I feel bad because I and take your bag of coke off you. So I'm gonna ask you, right, to just hold it, stop, whatever you want.
Stop.
Right there. Remember that? Everybody remembers this?
Uh-huh.
Yeah? No. Yeah. You know what? Fuck that. I need you to look at me, right? Because I'm gonna write down what I think you have. Look at me. Eye contact. Okay? I love the silence. It's like most of the show. That was on the spot, Jim. That was on the spot. Okay. I think I have it. Your card is one of these.
No.
Yeah, see, this is why no one takes me seriously when I do mentalism. I do have a friend that can do mentalism, and his name is Chris. His name is Chris because magicians also have a lot of shit in their pockets. It's Chris the Clipper Lighter. So I need you to do me a favor and tell Chris what your card is, because I can't do mentalism. This is all alone. Go on, tell him.
Tell Chris.
Tell him. You're not telling him. Have you told it?
Yeah.
What's that, Chris? He said you need to get past the fact he's an inanimate object and tell him what your card is. I get paid by the minute, this is fun.
Yeah, no, I told them.
You told him? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's one of these cards, yes? Go on, Chris. Queen of Clubs? Queen of Clubs your card? Hey, very good. And the bar. Whoops. I'll do one more. What can I do? What will I do? I really want to do another card one. I did have one with the bag of coke, but it was just making it disappear. So, do you know what? Yeah, probably what I'm afraid that some of you can't see, like, so I'm trying to fucking judge it better. Right, I need one person to sign the card. There's a lot of you here. So I'm just gonna pick that guy, because you're not included. Come over here. Sign in here. That's it? Yep. That's it? Okay, perfect. No, yeah, you can sit down. You can sit down. Oh yeah, I put it in my packet. I thought Yatsik took my coat. So I'm going to take the card, pop it in here. Right. Now, the reason that I'm afraid that you won't see it is because this is like, it's a classic. It's a classic basically. It's any card of any number. And the thing is, like, the thing about it, right, is I'm going to have you all look at the table. So I don't really want to, I can't really get you all to look at that table. So what I'm going to do, right? Put these away. Now, what am I doing? Take these. Shuffle them up. Give them to your friends. Shuffle them all up. Mix them up. Again, I get paid.
No
I
shuffle.
get paid at the minute. I don't
You know, we're playing poker after this, but
we can play poker after this. We can play poker.
no, not we. Chris.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, because you lose. Yeah.
If you're gonna bet the coke, you can go.
You can take some. I mean, if you're any. Are you done? You done? Do you want to shuffle them some more? You can mix them up as much as you want. Now, I have to preface this by saying, right, This trick is a lot like somebody on the door. 9 times out of 10 it actually works. That's good. I wrote that today. I don't want to touch it. Miss, the glasses. Any number in the world. Preferably between 1 and 40 at least, because there's not that many cards. 10. That's it. Wouldn't it be class if your card was 10 cards down?
Would.
It would?
Yeah.
Can you do it, because then everyone can see. I want you to just count down 9 cards and show everybody the 10th card.
3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
9.
That's a 10 card.
Now show everyone. Got 6 card. Hey. Like I said, it doesn't 9 times out of 10 it actually works. I'll tell you why it didn't work, right? You're looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. The reason it didn't work is that 6 card actually isn't even in the deck anymore.
Yeah, slide a hand into your pocket. Or is it in there?
Actually, I like this guy. He's fucking clued in. That 6 card is actually in that box that I put over there earlier on. You might be thinking, how the fuck is that possible?
Oh,
This is how. I don't want to open that. I'm gonna have to buy this fella a drink.
yeah.
Show everybody. Got 6 card, everyone. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gents, keep it going for Graham Kennelly with his very fuckable face. I say that hoping you remember that 5 minutes ago he said he had a fuckable face. This is not just a really sexual harassment. Yeah, ladies and gents, you've been pretty good so far. I will say, ladies and gents, we're looking forward to our next 2 acts. We're going to bring on a guy. He came all the way from Cork. He didn't. He lives here, but then he studies in UCC. Is that right? So you Irish and what? History. There we go. So unemployed. Ladies and gents, please give a big round of applause for the excellent Harry Boy.
How's everyone doing? All good? One thing about me, I'm a massive basketball guy. I love the NBA, so I'm pretty happy at the moment because my team, the LA Lakers, have been killing it recently. You know, it's not just the Lakers that are doing well. In fact, all the LA teams have been on fire this past month. You know, you might be able to tell from my height, I like basketball. One thing you might not be able to tell is I'm a massive feminist. I'm actually on the Feminist Society up in college. That's right, I'm actually on the committee this year. I'm the treasurer. I thought it'd be a good idea for me to be the treasurer, seeing I know women aren't great when it comes to dealing with money. You know, as a feminist, one thing I hate is mansplaining. You know, I hate it. For anyone who's unfamiliar with the term, mansplaining is like when a man over-explains something to a woman in a really passive-aggressive, condescending way. Do you understand? I can explain it again if you like. I know it's a complex term. I can speak a bit slower if you need me to. You got it? Yeah. Oh, good. In all seriousness though, you know, there is so many different societies up in college, it's insane. People are always approaching you on campus trying to get you to sign up for different ones. This lady approached me this week, she came up, she started off with this: do you support the LGBTQ community? He's like, are you kidding? Lesbian's one of my top 3 favorite categories, where do I sign? They're not just signing up for societies, they're also collecting a lot of money. A lot of it goes to homelessness, which is great, you know, because the housing crisis in Ireland is insane at the moment. It really is. It's almost like the government is afraid to build enough houses. And I'm the one who's homophobic. You know, I am in college, like Jim said, and I recently got some important test results back. I was very happy with them. You know, I asked my mom if we can put them up on the fridge to kind of celebrate. She said, no, it's not a good idea. And I reckon she's right. You know, it's probably best to keep the whole HIV scare to myself. Never been that happy to fail a test, I'll tell you that much. You know, I was at the doctor this week, and I actually got some bad news. So sorry if I'm still walking. He had massive fingers, so I'm sorry if I'm still walking a bit funny. You know, I have been trying to get a bit healthier. You know, I've been trying to get back into my fitness routine. You know, I started going to the gym again. There was something pretty suspicious going on in the gym this week. I'll tell you, there was definitely something suspicious afoot. While I was leaving, on my way out, I passed the women's change room and I could definitely smell something fishy going on in there. Not a fan of that one, good, no? That's alright. My uncle's a big sports guy. He's always playing golf, you know. Most of the time he plays with a massive handicap. You know what, I shouldn't call my cousin that. He's not that bad. Not that bad. You know, I have a friend who ran a marathon recently. It's impressive, you know, yeah. That girl he was chasing could run really far. Look, I'm no one to judge. I don't do too well with the ladies either. I was kind of seeing this Thai girl recently for a while, girl from Thailand recently for a while. You know, in the end I had to kind of break it off with her. Listen, I don't have very high standards when it comes to women, but one thing I will not compromise on is I need to have the biggest dick in the relationship. And she couldn't provide me with that. It's just been about 2 years now since me and my real ex-girlfriend broke up. She had cancer. That's not why I broke up with her. You know, I think she was cheating on me towards the end. She was definitely lying to me a lot. You know, like one time I asked her out to dinner and she said she couldn't because she was washing her hair that night. Something's definitely up there, you know what I mean? Something's not adding up. You know, there are some people that are insane when it comes to sexual relations. You know, I was talking to this guy on a night out and he kept telling me, every hole's a goal, every hole's a goal. I was like, that is an insane thing to say. That's a really weird thing to say. Especially when the question I asked you was, do you prefer cats or dogs? Yeah, my brother's a freak, but anyway, you know, you gotta be careful what you're saying now. Everybody's very politically correct nowadays. You gotta be careful with what you say. She's looking at me like I haven't already pissed her off 10 times. But in all seriousness, you know, you can't call anyone big or fat nowadays. You know, I reckon pretty soon New York's going to be known as the plus-sized apple. There's a lot of people who are, you know, there's even people who won't even use the word black nowadays. You know, I study history and our professor came in the last day, he said, take out your textbooks, today we're going to be doing about the African-American plague. Don't worry, I can make that joke. Ebony's one of my top 3 favorite categories, right? I can make that joke, don't worry. I was actually at a nursing home recently. I know, a bit of an insane place for Tinder day, but hey, Edna hit me up, she was like, you down for some DVD and chill? She hasn't quite figured out Netflix yet, but look, I'm just happy we're past the record play and chill phase, because that was kind of boring. But you know, she's great, you know, we get on great, you know, and it just goes to show age is nothing but a number. Which is funny, because it's that very mentality that got my uncle arrested for the first time. I'm kidding. That was the second time, right? You know, I actually saw this guy I knew at the nursing home, a guy I went to school with. This guy, I think he was probably visiting his nan, doing something normal in the nursing home, unlike me. But anyway, this guy, he was, you know, he's an interesting guy because, how you doing? He was actually born with both sets of genitalia. You know, that didn't stop him from being a dickhead, that he was a prick this guy all his life. As far as I'm concerned, he can go fuck himself. You know, I love TV shows. Speaking of Netflix, I love TV. I'm probably a little bit too easily influenced by TV characters. You know, the first time I watched Sopranos, I wanted to join the mafia, I wanted to be a gangster. First time I watched Breaking Bad, I wanted to start cooking meth, dealing drugs. It's probably for the best I never watched the Jeffrey Dahmer series. I love movies as well. The one thing I hate about watching movies with people is when they ask too many questions. That really annoys me. I was watching Brokeback Mountain with my buddy recently, and he was asking me so many questions. He would not shut up. Harry, who's that? Harry, what happened here? Harry, were you hard? Just let me watch the fucking movie, man. Come on. You know what I mean? Another thing about me, a little thing about me is I cannot sleep with any clothes on. I need to be 100% naked when I sleep. The flight attendant did not care about my policy. She came down, sir, this is a 1-hour flight. Please put your boxes back on. I'm kidding. She didn't call me sir. No, actually, I got bitten in my sleep recently. Yeah, I got a bad bite, so I can comfortably say snoring is not the worst thing a roommate can do. Midnight snack on my ankle. I don't know. You know, me and him, we share a room, and then we also live with this Spanish girl, and she's really nice. I like her a lot. Her English is not that good though. You know, she was telling us recently about how her brother took her out for dinner. You know, at least I hope that's what she meant by, I got eaten out by my brother. And it is, you know, she specified that he took her to an Asian place, and I love Asian food personally. I would love to go to Japan at some stage. You know, Tokyo is meant to be incredible. Kyoto is allegedly one of the most beautiful places on earth, and I've heard Hiroshima is the bomb. You know, I have an Asian buddy, so I can say that. You know, I was talking to him this week. I was talking to my buddy Wong. He said he's got some exciting news. He said he's getting a dog this weekend. I said, oh, that's really exciting. You know, me and my family, we usually get Domino's on Saturdays, but hey, to each their own. Don't worry, I can make those jokes because, yeah, Asian is a top 3 favorite category of mine as well. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gents, keep it going for Harry Boyd! There we go, we burnt more bridges than the LA Fiery mentioned at the start. Ladies and gents, we only got one more act, so, you know, you're stuck with me for a tiny bit longer. I actually moved back to Kerry last year, back to Ireland last year. I was living in Peru for 2 years, and, you know, people ask me, how was Peru? And I like to give them a review and kind of like a Yelp style review, because I'm 38. But it's like Peru, beautiful scenery, delicious food. I got kidnapped, 4 out of 5 stars. It was this is genuinely a true story. Are people familiar with? So to give you a bit of context, it was late October. I was out with some friends. I walked back, and then I blacked out, and I woke up in the back of a car with 2 guys beside me going through my phone. And they managed to get 5,000 euros, or sorry, dollars. I was paid dollars at the time, and it was. So, are people familiar with The Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood's book or anything? Yeah, it's good. Hey, fantastic TV series. Now, if you're not familiar with it, that's okay, because neither was the policeman. Because I got kidnapped on, and this is true story, on Halloween, and I was dressed as a handmaid from Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, this is real. I'm glad you're laughing. And it was. So I'd like to give you just a moment, take you to the conversation I had with the Peruvian policeman, because my Spanish is minimal. So I'll give you a bit of translation after 2 years I've had it. So we're watching the CCTV, and he goes, "Tú," which means you. In case you're wondering, but what he meant to say is that you dressed in a red cloak, red dress with a white bonnet above your head, and I said, "Sí," and that's actually what I said because my Spanish is very bad. And then he goes, "Por qué?" which means why. But what he meant to say was, why the fuck are you dressed in a red dress, red cloak, and a white thing, walking through the streets of Lima at 2 a.m? And I said, "No sé," which means I don't know, because I have very little Spanish. But so basically they kind of they picked me up, and then I managed to get out. Basically, this is how you have fun with trauma. The reason that I woke up is because I had a thumbprint scanner that I had access to go to my bank and everything. And I only woke up because they managed to transfer $5,000 and they wanted more. So they were squeezing my fingers so hard against it that I woke up, and then I managed to swing about because thanks to lots of drugs in my youth, the stuff they gave me didn't last as long as they hoped. And I managed to get out of the car. And people say, "Wow, that was when did that happen?" That actually happened in the middle of the 2 years. So I actually returned to Peru after that because the food was really that good. And also I was down $5,000. Ladies and gents, are we ready for our last act of the evening? Yeah? Let's build it up. Let's go back. Let's go. Ladies and gents, give a big round of applause for last act of the evening, Rory. Keep it going. Jesus, don't leave us on the stage.
So a friend of mine yesterday, he told me, "Go to hell." I said I could go to hell. Devil has a restraining order against me. Yeah, I've been there too many times. The devil doesn't want me to see me no more. Yeah, that's what the girlfriend said to me last night. I don't want to see no more after coming home pissed drunk. And in fact, she lived in Tralee. Trying to walk 2 kilometers from Tralee is about a 2-hour drive, 1 hour walk. If you're running to save your ass. But no. I love reading the Bible. It's probably one of my favourite things to do. Because in the Bible, it's pretty much a lad's night out. You have Jesus, President Bush. This one time, I got my mother pregnant, I didn't even fuck her. You're lying, Jesus. Moses is definitely a drug dealer. Behind the church with a burning bush. Or going up the hill to get some tablets. Half an hour later, they all had them back. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Moses. Yeah, I wonder where you got the, how you polished the Red Sea. It was a red wine instead. But I enjoyed. I enjoyed driving as well. I got my license about 2 years ago. And on Valentine's Day, which is surprising for me because I actually walked out of the house. A lot can change after you hit someone. I hit her can change very, very drastically over the years. I'm going for I hit her to get to her and I hit her to kill her. But I can't say that I've got 4 different girlfriends trying to kill me for alimony. I don't pay taxes, so the IRS come after me. Oh yeah. I know we're not in America, but I have some offshore accounts that the IRS still won't get me for. But they say in Ireland, difference between Ireland and England. Ireland, you're more scared of the justice system. In English. In America, you're scared of the IRS. Because the Irish come at me, boom. To the Irish anyway. I'm tired. Anyway. I woke up at 2 o'clock last night. But no, I'm the type of person who'd come up here and do whatever comes to my head. So if you think something's shocking, same with me. I never go through anything in my head. And if you see my legs shaking anytime, please let me know. I have a badger down there. I haven't seen them in years. Do you want to come out there, mate? If you see him out, let me know, because I have a little thing to do with him. He's been there for 2 years. Way more than my last girlfriend's anyway. Yeah. But I love just reading the Bible in general. It's just a hobby of mine. But I find it funny because there's the devil, which should be me at this stage, with how much I drink. But and then there's heaven. And my friends ask me, where would you like to go? Heaven or hell? I'd be like, I'm going to hell. Why is that? I get to play poker with Hitler and Stalin. And I ain't the Jew this time, so I won't get ovened. God, I love history. But it's funny because they always ask me like, that's a weird place to go. I said, well, in heaven all I gotta play poker with is God and Jesus. And that won't be that fun. Because in hell, every bad lad will be playing around poker and hoping for a World War III. Or 4, wherever that chance happens. Yeah. But that's all I have. I was not prepared tonight.
Keep it going for Rory Hodge! Okay, so I think I've gotten to know quite a lot of you. Stefan, you know, I got to know your alcoholic childhood. That's good to know. You know, we got the pervert over there, I believe. Yeah, a lot of things. And listen, gents, I'm trying to work on different ways to get to know people. And one of the things I thought about, maybe I could ask about zodiac signs. You know? So I typed into ChatGPT, how does astrology work? And I came back with, it doesn't. Okay? And anyone here born in April? No, there's more than 12 people. So no one's born in April. So there's if you're born in April, you're actually a Taurus. And if you're Taurus, you're supposed to be very laid back. It's one of the traits associated with Taurus, according to ChatGPT, and that's about the level of, investigation I've done. But there's actually a very famous person who was born in April. I'll give you a hint. Born on 4/20, or April 20th if you're from a country that's not on fire at the moment. Anyone want to guess the famous person? Hitler is correct. We got a fan of the audience, ladies and gents. Yeah, oh, it's Elon Musk. There we go. It is Hitler, ladies and gents. And you can say what you want about Hitler. Because he might get annoyed. But, you can say what you want about Hitler. But he's not laid back. I'd say he's a go-getter. In that when he got elected, he did go get those Jews. Yeah. And I'll also say that, so Graham, thank you very much for helping me out, these non-history related people. Because the fact is that Graham can never ever forget his wife's birthday or anniversary, because he remembers Hitler's. That's pretty, it's going to be a tough argument to say that. But I will say that Hitler kind of, he obviously died one day after getting married, so he never reached his 1 year anniversary. And I think if he did reach that anniversary, and he forgot it with Ava Brown, then he'd be the worst. No? Ladies and gents, you've been absolutely fantastic. And I have to say that these gigs are like, the open mic comedy nights are like orgies. Where the comedians, bear with me, I'll talk it through. Where the comedians who get up on stage, we're like the men at the orgy, and the audience members, you're the women at the orgy. And that we are really glad you're here. Okay? And if you weren't here, we'd practice on each other, and it's not so well. So ladies and gents, big round of applause for yourselves. Okay, big round of applause for all the acts. Okay, ladies and gents, you follow us on Chuckle on County Kerry, we're on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything. And I did actually, it took me 2 weeks to come up with the name Chuckle on County Kerry. And I'm very proud of it. Because the initials spell cock. Good night, ladies and gents.
What do you want me to do?
You lined up the Hitler joke, okay? You lined it up.
My dad feels like a motherfucking impactful.
No one's judging you, Steph.
Oh no. I don't think that I could. But like, thanks very much.
There's nothing you can say to us that will offend us. Yeah, I was going to say.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Man, what that is proud of. That's proud
Thanks, lads. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate it. I'm conscious that